Ebullient greetings. I'm your host, Jacquie Bird of Jacquie Bird Spiritual Wellness, your guide to stress and anxiety relief, mindfulness, awareness, self-care, self-love, and personal growth. Welcome and thank you for joining me as we roll with peace in mind. Today's riff is Hit the Ground Running and Centered. Boy, do we hit the ground running, but we usually forget to be centered when we do that. And in the first episode, I riffed on deep breathing, conscious breathing. So what I talked about in that first episode is exactly what you need to start with to hit the ground running and be centered. When you get up in the morning, I talked about this. I know that planning to really think of taking care of yourself first thing in the morning is not on your list. You're thinking about, oh, I gotta, pack the kids' lunch. I gotta make sure that all my appointments are straight and I've answered emails or whatever the ritual is that you do in the morning. And sometimes it's just you jump out of bed, bam, you're out of the house. So I know that the idea of planning 5 minutes upon awakening to get yourself straight before you jump in the shower, before you attend to the kids, before you look at emails, before you look at your phone, that's a doozy. But it's a must do, because whatever you do when you get up in the morning is the tone that you're setting for the rest of your day. I'm going to say it again. Whatever you do first thing in the morning sets the tone for the rest of your day. So, this hit the ground running centered thing, what is that? Starting with the breath. I talked about taking 5 minutes, planning 5 minutes, setting your clock 5 minutes before you have to get up to just take those deep breaths and breathe. Now, the thing about being grounded is that you have to do just that, having your feet planted firmly on the ground, your spine straight. And one of the best ways to ground, and we all know this instinctively, is outdoors, sitting under a tree, laying on the grass. Those are two amazing ways to ground, because you really feel yourself one with the earth when you do that, unless you're thinking about a bunch of stuff that you have to do. But if you're really taking advantage of that peaceful feel of the tree and the earth, that really helps you feel like you've got your footing. So particularly those of us that live in the urban jungle, we don't always have that luxury because we're so uber busy. So that's why you have to start in the morning and sit on the side of your bed, ground your feet, and sit up with your spine straight, as I said earlier. And if you need the imagery that you are actually sitting under a tree, then do that. Use that image of how you, and really take in how you feel when you do that. How does that feel? You feel safe. You feel stable. That's what grounding is. Now, to take that a little bit further, you've gotten up, you've sat on the edge of your bed, and it's always nice to hold something. For me, it's a gemstone. I'm a big gemstone person. I create my modal visions with it, and I really believe that gemstones have amazing properties for us. Now, there are varying opinions about gemstones. Some people just call them rocks, but for me, it's of the earth. It was made of the earth. It's way older than you. So I think that there's wisdom in the stone, whether you call it a rock or not, that is going to be able to show you how to be still. So think in terms of, if you don't have any crystals or gemstones in your home, think about making a purchase. How do you do that? You go to a gem store, a store that sells gems. I always suggest that you hold the stone in your hand. Don't order it online. Go someplace where you can get the stone, or go in the backyard, go somewhere and dig them up like you used to do when you were a kid. Kids gravitate to rocks. They love gemstones. They're fascinated by the colors and the shapes. And we tend to lose that as we become adults. We get a little jaded and it's just a rock. But let's see if we can shift that attitude a little bit. You're going to think about buying yourself a stone. Now, if you know nothing about stones, hey, that's all right, because you go to the store and you choose something that you gravitate toward. That's all you need to know. You don't need to know the name of the stone, what the properties are said to be. Just get something that you gravitate to. But in the meantime, before you get that stone, if you don't have one in the home, and you're about to do this grounding bit before you hit the ground running, take something that means something to you. It could be a piece of jewelry that your grandmother had. It could be your favorite teddy bear. It could be something of your child's that has a lot of meaning. It could be their baby shoe. I mean, anything that connects you to the feeling of feeling stable and strong. You want to hold that in your hand. So you're sitting there, and as I explained in episode 1, you're taking deep breaths in and deeper breaths out. And you're thinking about the sound of the breath. You're not thinking about what you need to do. And if that thought floats into your mind, let it go. Don't judge yourself. Okay, yeah, I need to go do okay, let it go. And go right back to the business of the in-breath and the out-breath and the pauses in between the in-breath and the out-breath. Notice those, because they're there. You got your little 5-minute ritual when you wake up, holding whatever it is that means something and that makes you feel stable, and then you go and run. Now, once you hit the ground, you're centered. In the course of the day, you want to repeat that. Now, granted, you can't sit on the edge of your bed necessarily, but you're at work. Think of your feet being flat on the ground and connecting to the earth. And I will lead you through a guided meditation later on to help you with getting that whatever imagery you need and the relaxation that you need to do this. So you're at your desk, you've got a deadline. Take a moment. Just step away in your mind from whatever's happening at your desk and take an in-breath and an out-breath. Have something in your office that you can hold. It may be another stone that you hide in your desk, or a paperweight, or anything again that helps you get that feeling of feeling connected to the earth, to Mother Earth. You repeat that a few times. You take a deep breath in and a nice exhale out, holding this object in your mind. And if you have that object on your desk, use it. Okay, you've held it in your hand, you put it down, you're right back, feverishly working on your deadline or whatever it is you need to be working on. Keep that object on the desk. And take a look at it every now and then. Look away from the computer screen. That's that thing that helps me feel connected. Take a breath in and a breath out. And again, make sure your feet are flat on the floor. You can also do this. Hey, you got a break. You got to run to the bathroom. Take that stone or whatever it is you use before you enter, after you enter the bathroom and do what you got to do. Step out, take a moment before you run back down the hallway to your office and repeat. Take that breath in and that breath out, holding on to the stone or whatever you've brought with you. Take that stone with you on your lunch hour. Just any chance that you can take in the course of your day to connect you to Mother Earth, the solid earth. Use it. And for my stay-at-home moms and my stay-at-home dads, you can do the same thing. But of course, you'll probably have to hide the object that you're going to use. But also invite your children to get this as a habit for them in terms of being able to ground themselves. So you're a stay-at-home mom, dad, you're working at home. You may have to go find a closet or a bathroom or something to have a moment to yourself. But you've gotta find that time where you can actually regroup and ground so that you can center yourself for what the rest of your day is going to bring you. And find times in the course of your day, as I like to say, to get those moments in. And if you have to put it on the Google Calendar or you've got an Apple Watch, then set that time. Okay, it's time. You have a young child, you can fit it around, when your child finally falls to sleep. I know you've got laundry and all this other stuff that you've got to do, but 5 minutes will make you more effective if you take that time to regroup. Then go do your laundry. It's only 5 minutes. It's not that much time. And I know, you don't have enough time in the day, so 5 minutes seems like a lot. But we're talking about your well-being here. So that is a priority, because if you take care of yourself, you will have more to give to the people you take care of. If you don't take care of yourself, you end up burning out, and what do you have to give? So really, really make that a priority. Now, I talked about getting up in the morning, having that ritual, in the course of your day, repeating it. If you go for walks, let's say you have small children and you take them out for a walk, and the weather's nice, go ahead and lay down on the grass. Take them to the park. After they've run themselves frazzled, have them lay down on the grass. Make sure there's no poop in the grass. Lay down on the grass. And yes, look at the clouds and see the faces and everything, but also practice that deep breathing and teach your child to practice that. And talk about feeling grounded to the earth and feeling stable and strong. That will also get you an opportunity to do it. If you are in the teaching mode, you are also receiving at the same time. And that goes for you too. You caretakers out there taking care of your elderly parents, you have to give to the well so that it does not run dry, so that you have something and more to give. You have to give to yourself. So I encourage you to find moments or create moments in the day to ground yourself, root yourself, and center. Also, do this, everyone out there, do this before you fall asleep. Sit on the edge of your bed. In episode 1, I talked about sitting on the edge of your bed and repeating that conscious breathing thing. Same thing here. Your stone or whatever it is that you like to hold on to that helps you feel rooted into the earth, and sit on the side of the bed 5 minutes, or however long you feel you need to get your mind quiet and to take deep breaths in, followed by deeper breaths out, holding this object in your hand. Now, in yoga, it's said that the receiving side is your left side. So I like to sit with whatever I'm holding in my left hand, and you can have the right hand on your leg downward, or you can have it over the object, whatever's comfortable for you. That's the bottom line. Sit in a comfortable position and ground yourself, envision yourself grounded to the earth and centering, and breathe, and then get in the bed and fall deeply asleep. And if you have problems sleeping, repeat that while you're laying down. Instead of thrashing in your mind, repeat the deep breathing and bend your knees so that your feet are on the bed, and feel yourself as if you're laying in the grass, rooted into the earth, continuing those breathing exercises. Here's a list of gemstones. If you're so interested and you're curious about what stones you could use to ground and center yourself, they are, some of them, red jasper, smoky quartz, tiger's eye, black tourmaline, jet, agate, Jaspers. There are a lot of different Jaspers. It's a huge family. If you are attracted to any of the Jaspers, particularly if they have a lot of red in them, go for it. Hematite, Bloodstone, Onyx, or stones from the beach. Those pebbles, get those. Or dig in your backyard if you have a backyard, or pick up some stones or some rocks that you see in the park, small enough to hold, that feel like home to you. I know that sounds weird, but there are shapes and surfaces that feel good to us. So there may be a rock sitting out there waiting for you to take home to help you ground. And now you've got some stuff to think about, and I'm going to take you on a little journey in a guided meditation. In this guided meditation, you will need your gemstone or something that represents stability and centeredness. Get this item, and once you have retrieved it, lay down on the floor or the bed, something that is very solid, or sit down in your favorite chair or on the floor. In this position, make sure your spine is straight and you begin to breathe deeply on your own time. No rush. And as you are in this position, you are holding on to your object. Take a moment here and look at it. Really, really look at it. Notice the shape, the weight of it, the color of it, and what it represents for you. Just take your time in observing the item or items in your hand, and continue to focus on breathing on your own time, taking breaths in slowly and out slowly, and feel your body begin to sink. With me, you will take a deep breath in here, breathing in 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeating, breathing in 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. One last time, breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Returning to your own breath on your own time. Releasing any thoughts that come into your mind. If a thought appears, no judgment, let it release and return back to the sound of your breath as you breathe in through the nose and you breathe out through the nose. Continue breathing on your own time. If your eyes are still open, close your eyes here, being aware of the item that you are holding and your breath as you sink into the earth. Envision yourself feeling centered and grounded, rooted into the earth, stable, solid, and sure. Breathe in deeply and breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhaling 1, Feel the solidness of it. Feel your feet rooted into the earth, whether you're laying down or whether you're seated. Feel your spine long. Feel yourself strong. Place the item down by your side. Feel yourself stable and intend to be solid in the course of the day. Rooted, solid. I hope our time together was soothing, relaxing, and illuminating for you. I welcome your comments and questions here or on social media. Be sure to tag Jacquie Bird Spiritual Wellness for a chance to have your comments read on a future episode. And to deepen your meditation experience with me, go to JacquieBirdSpiritualWellness.com, where you will find ebooks on stress relief, mindfulness, and personal growth. You can also book a Stress Busters guided meditation session. And if you dig the talk segment, guided meditation, and the music in this episode, those tracks are available on JacquieBirdSpiritualWellness.com also. In the meantime, thank you for listening, and remember to